Hey guys, Kripparrian here. In this video I'm going to go over how to kill Kael'thas for the alarm mount. Now before you begin, there's a few things you need to do. You can do this as any spec, but I would recommend BM, and you'll see why in the video. Any BM spec is fine, just make sure you have mend pet and misdirection glyphs. You're going to need two pets. One pet can be whatever, but the second pet needs to be a turtle, and the fight is a lot easier if you spec it properly, like this. If you're having issues where you don't have enough DPS on anything in the fight, just bring some food, some flasks, king's drums, fort scrolls, whatever you think you need to close the gear gap. The last thing that you need is a macro that allows you to move your pet to a ground target. Now as you pull the boss, the first phase is just killing the council members one at a time. It's just really easy. It helps if you kill them in a specific spot, but it really doesn't make a real difference. Just make sure you're doing this first phase with your non-turtle pet. The first guy that pops out, if you get in melee range, he does some damage and knocks you back, so try to stay out of his melee range. Second guy, he does a fear. Really, it doesn't matter if you screw this up, because it's really easy. Third guy does a lot of nasty stuff. It's the caster Kripparrian, and when you're pulling her, it's best if you can pull her with the pet in front. As the fourth guy spawns, Kael'thas, if you can deterrence at the end of the first bomb cast, he should almost always cast like a chain stunning debuff on your pet rather than on yourself. However, in this kill video, it didn't turn out that way, so if it happens so that you get the stun debuff, just wait it out and make sure you kill him just as it drops off. Right as you kill the last council member, Kael'thas, the next phase is going to begin. To prepare for this next phase, it's best to have an explosive trap near the center of the room, and as you push to the phase, you want to dismiss your current pet and bring out your turtle. And at this time you want to throw an MD up and multi-shot all the adds that spawn. I like to pop all my cooldowns right as this phase starts, and I go for a kill on the staff first. Make sure you loot the staff because you'll need to equip it later. After you kill the staff, it really doesn't matter what you kill. Just take note that the warp slicer stacks like a bleed on your pet, so you probably want to kill that among the first couple ones. And the bulwark, which is like the shield that's flying around, you want to leave that to last because it takes reduced damage and it really doesn't do anything except take reduced damage. This phase is on a timer, and if you don't manage to kill the shield, just leave it up and don't really worry about it. Just make sure before the next phase begins that you equip the staff that you looted and you use the ability on it. What this will do is it'll give you an aura that'll prevent you from being disoriented, stunned, and some other stuff. In this third phase, what happens is all the dudes you killed in phase 1 come back up to life and they have bonus hit points, and it's all really fun. Don't panic too much. This phase is really quite easy despite of all the stuff that's going on. Just pop all the cooldowns you have left on Kripparrian. It's the caster guy. Make sure you get him down quick. After that, it's pretty much a win. I like to kill Thaladred, followed by Sanguinar, and then lastly the engineer guy. This phase is on a timer as well, but it's a little bit more lenient than the weapons, so you should be fine. Essentially, the next phase will start when you kill the last council guy. However, when you kill the last council guy is the most pivotal point in the encounter. It's how to perfectly position your pet for the next phase. The next phase where you're fighting Kael'thas is the hardest part of the fight in my opinion. And what makes this a total gimmick, a joke, is that you can line of sight his abilities, specifically his mind control, with his own statue. To set up this phase properly, you want to have your pet on passive and move right behind the statue on the right side. At this time you want to put your pet on a go-to position right where you're standing and line of sight Kael'thas until he's right on top of your little turtle. When he's at that spot, you can MD him with a turtle or just throw in a kill command, and right as you get initial threat on your turtle, book it to the other side of the statue. Kael'thas in this phase casts a mind control. He can cast it as fast as every 30 seconds, and if you let the cast go off while you are in line of sight of him, you essentially wipe because you're the only player there and you just kill your pet and the fight resets. You can tell when he casts some mind control because he emotes "Obey me." When you see this cast go up, he pretty much can't cast it again for 30 seconds. And this is the time where you want to go over in line of sight of your pet, throw a Ment Pet, make sure it gets some heals, and then you can pop a couple cooldowns, do some damage to Kael, but essentially, without wasting too much time, you want to keep it safe and get out of his line of sight as soon as your pet has some heals on it. If you are Beast Mastery, and I recommend that you are, you can actually cast Kill Command without having line of sight of your pet or the mob. So most of the time you'll just be chilling out on the back of the statue casting Kill Command through your pet. Every so often he'll spawn an Ad Phoenix. The Phoenix is really easy to kill, it has pretty much no life. Just try to get a shot on it real quick, then try to line of sight Kael'thas as fast as you can. When you kill the Phoenix, it like explodes and it does like a punt. So you want to be like a couple yards away from when you kill the Phoenix. And when you kill the Phoenix, it also spawns like a little egg. Just kill the egg right after you kill the Phoenix, or else the Phoenix will respawn. It's not a big deal if it respawns, but you know, there's really nothing else that you can be doing at that time. During this phase, Kael'thas also casts like a disorient attack on the pet. However, if you are in range of your pet with the staff buff up, it'll be immune. However, because you're running around cutting the Phoenix, not trying to have it die when you're in melee range of it and all the other stuff, you might be out of range of your pet at certain moments, and because of that, the pet may get disoriented. If this happens, Kael'thas will start running over to you, and if you feign death, just stay feign death until it reaches your turtle again and pops it out of the disorient. Just make sure you do that as fast as you can in order to not get mind controlled. When Kael'thas hits 50% HP, you pretty much won. The last phase is kind of a joke. He starts pushing to it by running to the center, and then he like pops you up in the air, you're just flying around. When you're in the air phase, you can try to DPS them, but it really doesn't have much effect. I'd recommend just stay near the ground and have your pet a little bit away from the boss during the air phase. When he stops the air phase, when he's on the ground, you can DPS him again. That's when your pet takes a lot of damage for some reason, so make sure you have the pet cooldowns up for that time. Also, there's like Phoenix in this phase, but it really doesn't matter. Just stay calm and don't screw it up. Collect loot at the end, and hopefully you get your Phoenix mount. Good luck, guys.